thank you very much for turning out here. Isn't this a lovely gathering of Republicans and Democrats, all under the same tent? I kind of like that. I just wish it could happen in other places too. The country would be a lot better off if it did. You know, this is exciting to be here today. Actually, this is my second stop in Northern Kentucky. A little earlier this morning, I was up on the campus of Northern Kentucky University, where we broke ground on a new $97 million Health Innovation Center. Folks, NKU is at the right place at the right time with that center. That center is going to be looking at new ways to deliver health care and what different kinds of professionals need to be trained and training those professionals to deliver health care. And that's right at the exact time that Kentucky has expanded access to health care, where now every single Kentuckian has access to quality health care. But we're going to need the professionals, all different kinds of professionals, to deliver that care. And they're going to be concentrating on preventive care, on teaching people how to take care of themselves, on how to manage their conditions, diabetes, heart conditions, whatever you may have, so that we keep them out of our emergency rooms. They can stay home, have a great quality of life, and all of us pay a lot less for that care. So it's exciting what's going on up at NKU. It's also exciting what's going on right here in downtown Covington and all along this river. You know, one of my best parts of being governor is bringing checks. And I have brought some checks here today to represent the state's investment right here in Northern Kentucky. You know, when it comes to natural scenery, Kentucky's second to none in what it offers people around the country and around the world. We've got extensive caves, we have rocky cliffs, we have deep lakes, we have rolling hills, we have rivers, we have streams. But when it comes to geographic features, nothing is more awe-inspiring than looking out here at this beautiful Ohio River. Folks, there is 665 miles of that river that runs along the border of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And that river serves so many purposes. It's a source of drinking water. It's a drainage basin. It's a route for moving goods and raw materials. It's a fishing hole. It's a recreational playground. And it is a place simply to enjoy nature's beauty. But for Kentucky's many old and established river cities, the Ohio River represents something also intangible. It represents their history. It represents their birthplace. It represents the natural center of things for so many families and so many people. And in many of these cities, including Covington, development over the years first moved away from this river. People looked at the river in a negative light. It floods, causes us problems. We've got to make sure that that doesn't happen and cost us lots of money. But then we got smart. Then we realized that this is the biggest asset we have. We need to take advantage of it. And so in recent years, Covington and many other cities have sought to return to their riverfront roots in both a physical and a symbolic way. The Riverfront Commons project represents that kind of return, both for Covington and its river city neighbors. When finished, the 11.5-mile walking and biking trail will run along this river from Fort Thomas in the east, through Dayton, Bellevue, Newport, Covington, before ending in Ludlow in the west. Physically, it will serve a lot of functions, from ecosystem restoration to riverside stabilization. But most of all, it will serve as both a recreational focal point and a stepping-off place for visitors and residents alike to access tourist attractions, restaurants, and downtown business areas. That's why I'm thrilled to be here today to present a $3.9 million check, federal funding, for Riverfront Commons here in Covington. This grant will enable construction of the trail along the river to get started in a big way. And I know the city has money set aside in its budget also. Here in Covington, Riverfront Commons includes not only a trail, but also several hubs where, for example, canoeists will be able to access the river. Pedestrians will be able to access city areas like Mainstrasse Village, the Roebling Point Entertainment District, or River Center Towers. One such plaza, as I understand it, will be right here where we're standing and seated right now. Mayor Karen and South Bank Partners Jack Moreland will talk more about the specifics in just a moment. We believe it will accelerate Covington's already considerable momentum in the downtown and riverfront areas with projects like Hotel Covington, the filling of vacant storefronts and offices along Madison Avenue, and the housing projects that are increasing the downtown population. I'm excited about this momentum because during my administration, we partnered with similar revivals along this riverfront in places like Louisville, Owensboro, and other places. And all of those are going great guns and being very successful. We're going to have that same kind of success right here in Northern Kentucky and Covington. I want to congratulate the mayor and her entire city council and her staff, the many partners, such as the Kent County Fiscal Court and South Bank Partners. I want to say a special word about two people. One, Representative Dennis Keene. Dennis has worked with me hand in hand on this project ever since I became governor. He's vested in it, he loves it, and we owe a special thanks to him, and I wish you to give him a special thanks as well. But the other guy I want to say something about is Jack Moreland. For 8 years that I've been governor, he has worried the heck out of me. And thank goodness he has. You talk about a believer in this project. You talk about the catalyst that keeps this project moving. That's Jack Moreland. And you owe a big round of applause and appreciation for what Jack is doing. Now, this funding comes from what's called the CMAQ money. That's the Federal Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Program. Thank goodness we use initials for that. But this Covington grant is the centerpiece of a package of awards that we're making today under this program, which is aimed at achieving cleaner air and less traffic congestion. Now, we're giving a second grant today to the city of Dayton for a little over $530,000. It is also for construction of the Riverfront Trail. Let's give a round of applause to Dayton. A third grant is going to the Transit Authority of Northern Kentucky, or TANK. That is for $976,000. That's going toward the purchase of 2 hybrid electric diesel transit buses. TANK, congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. And a fourth grant, which is being announced for the first time today, goes to the city of Silver Grove. It's for $250,000, and it's to build and repair sidewalks along 4 Mile Road under our Safe Routes to School program. That's going to benefit the students of Silver Grove School. To have a healthy economy, we all know we've got to have clean air. And this CMAQ funding helps us work toward that goal by making walking and biking a practical alternative to short car trips, while also creating opportunities for recreation. Now, I also want to mention one other project, because this is an opportunity I have to make sure this is on your radar screen. It is a project for a second River City Newport. Stay tuned, because the State Transportation Cabinet this week will be opening bids for construction of the second section of the project to expand and improve the Kentucky 9 corridor that runs north-south through Newport. That is going to be a big deal for that town. You know, despite inheriting a global recession and an austere state budget situation when I came into office in 2007, we've been able to make some huge investments in our local communities over the last 8 years by working with our General Assembly. And we've got several members of the General Assembly here today, and I wish they're around here. Hold up your hands. Let's recognize them. Here's Representative St. Ange. Anybody else? Let's give her a You know, as my second term comes to an end in about 6 weeks, we tried to tally up what's gone on in northern Kentucky over the last 8 years. Here in Kenton, Campbell, and Boone counties, over the last 8 years, we have invested $649 million in roads and other transportation projects, $1.7 million in projects to increase farm income and diversify our agriculture economy, $18.2 million in local community development projects like sewers, Riverfront Commons, and the Licking River Greenway. We've also announced almost 250 economic development projects in these 3 counties that, as these companies follow through on their plans, they'll create 11,500 new jobs and $1.6 billion in new investment. I think that's a record to be proud of, and I'm proud of you for partnering with me over this last 8 years to make those things happen. We believe by partnering like we have done that cities like Covington and our other cities up and down this riverfront will increase their long-term competitiveness and improve the quality of life for all of our people. So thank you very much, and we're getting ready to give out some checks.
City of Covington.
City of Covington, a small $3,913,910 check. I think Jack, come on up here. Where's any city commissioners?
And also, I wanted to Assistant City Manager Larissa Sims, City Engineer Mike Yeager, who's been very, very involved in this project and made this possible. So, just like you.
The City of Dayton.
City of Dayton, $530,387. If you get a deposit, this would be a goddamn. I got it. Okay. Tank for $976,000.
The City of Silver Grove.
$250,000.